But then Jesus said, and to love your neighbor is the second command. Why? Because if you take the 10 commandments, that's all we have. We have the first 3 commandments that speak about our relationship with God, and then we have the other 7 that speak about the relationship we have with one another. So to love God with all your mind and heart is number 1. And many will try to attain it. But to love your neighbor sometimes comes with conditions. My dear people, to love your neighbor is not easy. That neighbor that has done you evil. That brother and sister of yours who took you to court over the estate of your parents. Your brother and sister who because of different reasons, a jealousy or something else in their life, they stop talking to you. Your neighbor who for every turn you make, they send the police to knock at your home. Your neighbor who always is ready to pick up a fight over a fence, over variance, over things that they have. Those people at work who constantly belittle you in front of your boss. Those people who call your wife or call your family and give bad information about you, by which they destroy your family. Yes, we need to love them. And you say, yeah, but if not, that is what Christ gave us as his great sermon from the cross. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Do you think for one moment they don't know what they are doing? Of course they will not. They know what they were doing. The leaders of the Jews, they want to destroy him because he is taking people away from them. The people of the temple, they want to destroy him because now business is down. They cannot sell anymore and offer sacrifices. The people are going and pointing finger at him because he is, as we say, a stumbling block in their lives. But let us see. And that's why Jesus said, if you love me, follow in my footsteps. Take up your cross and follow in my footsteps. If we don't, dear people, what we are doing here is a farce. If you come to the altar and then you remember that you have any grievance with your brother and sister, don't continue what you're doing. Go first reconcile and then come and offer your sacrifice. My dear people, we cannot play games anymore. We are dealing with God who knows you more than you know yourself. You can fool me, you can fool the whole congregation, but we cannot fool him. Why? Because he said to you and to me that if our love is not sincere, that our love is not totally and completely given to him, and then that love is exercised in the love of my brother and sister, I don't belong to him. And I conclude with the words of St. John in his 3rd letter. Who is the liar? The one who do not love his brother and sister. How can you say that you love God, that the eyes cannot see, that the ear cannot hear, that the hands cannot touch, when you have your tangible, very source and image of God, and you do not care for it? My dear people, the urgency of the gospel is not something that I preach it or we hear it. It's the lifestyle that we have. If we are not people who are showered with love, we cannot give love. And how I love? Because God loves me. Because God is love. And where there is love, there is the fruit of love. Where there is no love, there is the consequence of that lack of love. May the Lord help us to understand today that the message of the gospel is something that we take it to heart. Because at the end of the journey, When we await the coming of Jesus, He's not going to give us no excuses. He's not going to tell us, you know, I understand and I am compassionate to you and I sympathize with you. Because He will say to us, I send you my Son, and whatever my Son has done to you, He asks you to do it yourself. If you love me, love one another, as the Father has loved you in sending me to you. Make sure that we always be there for people who are really less fortunate than we are, because in those people we are being given a chance to exercise our love. Because when I love, I come to testify that yes, I am a true believer in the one God. God bless.